Hi everyone, this is Abrar. Welcome to Abrar Knowledge channel. Today's topic is control chart part 2. In part 1, you might have seen a detailed discussion about X bar R chart, which we use when we have a variable data. So part 3, what is also coming up is just to give you a heads up, the rules of control charts and what is the calculation, how to calculate UCL upper control limit, LCL lower control limit. So in this particular video, this is my 36th video of Lean Six Sigma. We will be discussing about control charts and C chart, U chart, P chart, and NP chart. C chart and U chart and all these four charts come together in the discrete data. When you have a discrete data or attribute data, so C chart, U chart, P chart, and NP chart can be used. More specifically, C chart and U chart is used when you have defects, and P chart and NP chart is used when you have defectives. So it's very interesting. Please stay tuned till the end. You will get the entire package about control charts. So the most paramount important things of a control chart is the data. If your data is variable data, measurable data, continuous data, any word you can call it. So that means you will be selecting different chart like IMR, individual moving range chart, X bar R chart, and X bar R chart meaning like mean, grand mean, and range chart, and X bar S chart, that is standard deviation. So that is when you have a data in continuous data. When you have the discrete data or attribute data, so we will be more specifically in this video, we will be talking about CU and NP. So part 3, we will be talking about rules for detecting the lack of statistical control and how to calculate LCL and UCL. So this is the agenda. The control chart, why it is used. It is used to measure. This is being used in two phases. One is measure phase. One is control phase of DMAC1. So the entire Six Sigma, you all know, it coins down. It boils down to a concept called DMAC approach: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. In measure phase and control phase, you can use control charts. What is the purpose? It helps to detect or take the right decision at the right time. What is the benefit of control charts? It prevents the over controls, anything which is outlier or out of the limit, or anything which is not going as per the planned set target or planned controls limit. Then this is the great indicator that we can go and fix the problem permanently. For example, you found a outlier or out of the limit, and you need to find out the root cause, fix the problem, and make sure that the problem do not reoccur again. Kind of preventive action. Preventive under control and shows how the system react to the changes. Any changes when you do that, the first thing what you can do is you can plot the control chart and see whether these things are coming under the limits, that lower and upper limits. So this is what we are talking about, the variable data when you have measurable data or variable data. So IMR, when you have a sample is 1, an X bar R chart. When you have up to 8, you can use the X bar R chart, and more than 8, and you have variable sample size, then you can use X bar S chart. So what is that distribution it uses? It uses normal distribution. So in the other side, you have these data, attribute data. In attribute data, we have two words. One is defect or defectives. Defects and defectives. Defect, we can use C chart and U chart. And more specifically, constant sample, if you have C chart, and variable you can use U chart. And defective, same goes, NP and P chart can be used. And constant sample, you can use NP, and variable, you can use P chart. What distribution you'd use? It use a binomial distribution, and C and U, it use Poisson distribution. So just to give you a navigation, so we will be talking more directly in the Manytab itself, just to give you what is what. This is what the synapse is. How do you pick up the control charts? Any control chart, whether it is a IMR or whether it is a C chart, U chart, how do you pick up? So this is how you go. You go to statistic, control charts, and when you want C chart, U chart, NP chart, and P chart, you can use attribute. And now in this case, C chart. When you open up the C chart, this window will open up where you can feed that variable, that is defect, and then you can, this is the typical window, you get it in the C chart. And then U chart, when U chart is used, when you have U variable you can use a V chart. And the same thing, start control charts and attribute charts and U chart. And U chart, where you can, since it's a variable, you can also feed, you can call out the variable sample size and you can feed it. NP chart, when you have a constant, NP is used. NP chart, the same goes like start, control charts, attribute charts, and NP charts. So since the sample size is constant, you can either enter the number or you can call that value. I mean, call that sample size value. Then lastly, you have P chart. P chart is again start, control charts, attribute chart, and P chart. In P chart, both things are there. One is called P, one is called P chart diagnostic. Is only descriptive, you will get it. So if you want trends, you can also use P chart. So you can, since it's a variable, you can use the scrap, and you can, whatever the column value you have, you can use it here, and then you can feed that subgroup size, and then we will be discussing more in the Manytab. So the summary, before I go to Manytab, I would like to give the summary. There are three charts which is used in the continuous data. If your data is measurable data, continuous data, variable data, one is called IMR, n equal to 1. Only one column if you have, you can use IMR chart, individual moving range chart. Another one is X bar R chart, range chart. So if you have 2 to 10, you can fairly use X bar R chart. X bar S chart, more than 8 columns you have, variables you have, you can use X bar S chart. But predominantly, X bar S R chart is used. So another case, you have a discrete data. This is continuous data. This is discrete data or attribute data. Defects, P chart and NP chart is used. So P chart, the specialty of P chart is it can use for constant and variable sample. U chart also same. It can use for constant and variable samples. And P and NP is used for defectives. The defectives mean total scrap or total, the part cannot be used and all that. The product cannot be used and all that. Defectives, one defective can have multiple defects, right? So defect per unit. So one unit can have multiple defect also as well, right? So C chart and U chart. So we are going to do in the Manytab step-by-step demo using Manytab. These 4 charts we are going to discuss about it. Please stay tuned. Let me introduce a Manytab. So I have, let me tell you what are the things I have. First, C chart. C chart, we are talking about defect. C chart is used when you have a sample. The condition number 2 is when you have a constant sample size, C chart is used. This is the data set I have. Let me introduce the data set. So I have 25 data set samples, and each sample have got defects. For example, sample 1 has got 12 defects, sample 2 has got 9 defects, and so on. So this is here constant sample size you have. Another one is called U chart or variable chart. You can see here the defect I have. There are 3 defects in 50 sample, 4 defects in 51 sample. I have a variable in the in sample size. Okay, U chart. P chart. Let's talk about that. P chart again variable when you're talking about scrap or defective. For example, 17 unit is scrap out of 4,658 units, and NP chart also applies the same. It's a constant one, and when you have, for example, 12 scrap happen, I tested 50 units. 15 happened. The sample 2, I tested 50 units. So here sample size is constant. So C chart, U chart, when you have defects and constant and variable. A NP chart and P chart when you're talking about defective, constant and variable. Let's talk about one by one. C chart. So how to do that? Very simple. Statistic. In the statistic, you have control charts. In the control charts, since we are talking about attribute data, attribute charts, so C chart, you can pick up C chart, the last one. And I'm gonna give F3 because I have already done this experiment. So I'm gonna give F3 so that my window is very, very clean. So this is the defects I'm going to call out. There are two ways to do it. Either you can just double click it, it will come here, or you can single click, select, and then you can feed this. So either way it works. So let me double click defects, scale. So I'm going to stamp by constant sample size. Stamp meaning like x-axis, right? And then labels. So I'm gonna say C chart. So you can also give a date and all that. Multiple graphs, so it use same as Y. You can do data options. This is a default. And C chart. In every chart you will have, for example, C chart will contain C chart options, and you can also do that stages. Like if you wanted to know which stages is got, you can also do that stages also as well. No, I'm not going to select. So simple. What I selected defects. I selected stamp by constant sample size. Only these two I selected. Give OK. So this is C chart is ready now. So this gives like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 25, and it gives like first 12 defects. So it is stamped like 12. You can, if you cursor here, sample 1, 12, and sample 2, how many? 2 is 9, 3 is how much? 5. So what you see here on this line is called the line, which is the trend line. So see, center line is called C equal to 8.16. The congruent or the center, all these value put together, the average is 8.16. And then you will get LCL 0 and UCL is 16.73. So how to calculate, I will be discussing in part 3. So just have an intro. This is the first green line. What you see is called the trend line. How the data goes, it just gives like an average. How the X bar R chart it gives, the same way it goes. And then you have this is called LCL and UCL, and this is called outlier. Definitely we can see a red line. It's called outlier, out of this spec. So it also gives a reference. Look at this. Sample 21, sample count is 18. So what you do, you go here, go to data set, you can see easily here. If you wanted to see a data set, you can click here. 21, 18. So this is the highest value, right? So you can figure out what is the cause, why we have a more defects and particular samples, and figure out the cause, fix the problem, and thereby you can improve the system. So you want both the things, you can come back to this window. Yeah. So this is C chart, all about C chart, constant one, straightforward. Let's talk about U chart, that when you have a defect and variable, you can use U chart. Let me delete this one. Let me delete everything. Yeah. So how to do that? Start and control charts, attribute charts, and this is U chart. U chart, I'm gonna give F3 so that I get a clean window. And this is defects. These are all my defects. And subgroup size, since is a variable, so I can just call this value, enter a number or column containing the sizes. So this is all containing the sizes. So I'm just going to call that. Scale, I'm going to stamp by, this is month, right? I'm going to stamp by X. Now the chart is ready, super fast. So here this is the first month, this is the proportion data. So this and sample is one, sample count per unit is 0.06, and it goes like 0.07, and it goes on and on. These two are outlier. Where does the outlier coming from? There are four outliers are there. One is this one, sample 7, and another one is sample 8, another one is sample 9, another one is sample 10. So this is how we can easily detect where the outliers are there. These two are defects. Let's talk about P chart or NP chart. P chart, first let me go to NP chart. This is constant one. So I'm going to delete this window. Go to start, go to control charts, attribute 1 and NP chart. Have a click on NP chart. I'm going to give F3. So here, what is the defects I have? Scrap. This is a scrap I have. Sample size, I can, since the sample size is constant, so I don't need to call that value. I'll just straight away say 50. 50 are the sample size I have done. Stamp that x-axis, I need sample number. So this is what I get it. So NP bar equal to 12, and this goes all these value. First is, what is the first value we get it? 12. Next value you get it 15, and it goes on and on and on. So it gives like 12. Anything above that, above 12 is here, below 12 is here, and LCL 2.94 and everything. So here, what layer? What is the outlier? These are the two outlier. One is sample number 15, count is 22 defectives we have. Another one is we have 23, and defectives, how many defectives we got it? 24. So how to do that? Go back to this one, go back to the, here you can see here. So 24 defectives you had, and here you had 20 defectives. So thereby you can come and have a control, fix that. Why did that problem happen? You can fix that problem permanently. The last chart is P chart. P chart is used when you have a defectives and variable. P chart can be used. Why variable size? So for example, 17 unit scrapped out of 4,658, right? So go to start, go to control charts, attribute charts, and then you have a P chart. I'm going to give F3. So what is this scrap unit? This is my scrap unit. Sample size I'm going to call because it's all variable. So stamp it by sample number, give OK. So proportionate P bar, you got 0.00537, and it goes all these value like first proportion another. So these are all the outliers. So you have outlier indicated in red. So here you have 16, proportion is 0003. Another outlier you have here 17, test failed 1. Another outlier you have sample 18. These are also outliers. So thereby you can easily take a control. So I hope you like this video. We discuss about C chart, U chart, NP chart, and P chart. And in the previous video we talked about X bar R charts. I hope this video is very useful for you. Please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. You have a nice day ahead.